We have a special select board meeting tonight, Thursday, December 11th, 2025 at 4 p.m. here at the town hall. And before I start, I'd like to recognize Travis Mann as our newest employee as foreman. We welcome you and congratulations on your position.
Sure.
Adopt the agenda. Any additions or corrections to the agenda?
Madam Chair, I have a question about the agenda, please. I noticed that on the agenda is to approve and review the amended MRF agreement. Is that the medical expense reimbursement plan? What is the MRF?
That is the municipal energy resilience.
Ah, there you go. I was afraid if it had to do with medical expenses, it might have to do with the budget. So it's the municipal,
Energy resilience program.
thank you. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. If I'm not hearing any agenda changes, I need a motion to accept the agenda as read.
So moved. There you go.
All those in favor?
Thank you.
Any opposed? Motion's carried. Budget discussion for 2026-27.
So typically what we've done in the past when we've come down to the two combined is I go down each line item and just read out. We have, and somebody speaks up and says if there's a discrepancy or they disagree or want to change it. Do you still want to go along with that same format that we've done in the past?
It worked last year for me.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, yeah,
Would you like those that's in the public to speak up by line item or wait for public?
probably. That's not my decision, that would be up to the chair if they want to wait till the end or just let us go through. I understand.
What did you say, Susan?
I asked the question, since the select board is gonna go through line item by line item and comment. Should we as the public comment line item by line item if we have any questions?
I agree to that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it makes more sense to do it while you're there.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll start out with town government. I think everybody's got a copy of the G. I think there's another ruler to follow in the lines. I have one. Select board, 5,000. Town administrator, 57,900. Officer, 2,700. Treasurer, 29,400.
Yeah, the administrative officer.
We haven't gotten to administrator. Administrative officer is
Yeah.
2,700.
Okay.
2,700.
No, who is that? Who is
That would be
that?
Bill.
So at this time, shouldn't we listen from Bill before we?
Sure that.
2,700 as to really what that he does?
John, you asked to make this really short, $3,000, 27 to 3,000 is probably perfect in most years. The 2 years that I have, 2 of the years I have the 324 and then 20. Two of the years are, it's at 3,000, the 1 year, fiscal year, 2024, it was 630. Depends on how complicated how many hearings we have and how complicated they are. It would appear to me that the 2024 was 1 hearing and it wasn't very complicated. And the other 2 years that is around 3,000. It depends on how much you have to babysit the person who's applying. And in both those years, it was complicated because I had to hold the hand of the Window Foundation way too much time. And so that's why it was so high. Before, we're not talking about this year, but I just want to say this year it's going to be out of sight. And this is not a good year to look at. It can be out of sight because we had to review the flood maps in June, had to review them right now in November. And if they do, FEMA does them in the spring, it's gonna be way up.
We only have $1,000 then for this year.
I know,
What?
it's gonna be probably around 6.
Oh,
Wow.
So what would happen if you didn't put in your bill till after after June for 30th? So if someone went into the next year, would that help?
If that's what you guys would want to do. If you're gonna do that, then you could, then I would make next year's budget higher than 3,000. I would probably make it like 6,000 because it's gonna be, it's gonna take a lot of time. The maps are lousy and the comments have to be really particularized, and we need to have a public hearing. If they give it a lot better maps, it won't take very much time at all, but if we have to use the maps they're showing now. For instance, just to give specific examples, where you go out from the Selectboard Bridge on out, those properties there, you cannot even see the houses. You don't even know where they are, so how can you determine? And generally, you know, if the floodplain clips the corner of a house, it's in the floodplain. Well, I can't even make a decision on it, I don't even know where the house is. And that's, Townsend Road has the same problem, my house is the same problem. There's houses up here on Main Street that are a problem, and so, yeah, it's but if we get good maps, it'll be easy, it'll be easy to tell people the bad news and good news, because you'll know what it is.
are you talking about the maps that are most recent that you just got? That are the bad maps?
They're worse than the
Okay,
other
We're
ones,
corrected.
because the background color. You can't, the background is too dark,
I see.
the foundational map is, you can't read it. It's not as clear as it, and neither one of them are any good, but the good news about the maps. If FEMA follows them, is that we probably have 20 people outside the floodplain who used to be in the floodplain. So that's the good thing.
What's your expectation on getting better maps? Do you think you will, or?
If FEMA uses the maps, said they're not design that they've used in the past on the printed maps, it'll be a lot better.
Do you expect to get them this year?
I expect them, talking to somebody, an engineer who knows a lot about this, because he used to do it a long time ago. And he still works in this town doing letters of map amendment. He thinks that it'll probably be it'll be in the spring sometime. But they surprised me with coming this early on the map, so maybe they'll move it up.
So you're still thinking, Bill, $6,000?
Well, if you're going to do what John said, yeah, I mean, if you wanna cover it that way, yeah.
Not you're gonna have a deficit this year.
yeah.
Yeah,
Kathy, Suzanne has a question.
So,
I'm sorry.
I
Yes,
have
Suzanne.
a couple of questions, please. So, Kim, the actual on this. The budget for fiscal year 26 was 1,000. What is the actual year to date on that? I don't see that on this printout.
We don't have it to date this year.
You don't have a year to date this year?
No.
And what did you say the year to date is, Bill? Did you say it was
He's got a
$6,000
detailed transaction of year to date.
year to date?
I do.
Did I give you one or did you just?
No, I just have it through the end of June. That's what
Previous,
third, June 30th, I think.
yeah, you just had the 22, 23. Yeah, you just had 22, 23, and 24. I don't have the year to date. I'll tell you in just a second.
I think it's right around 3,000.
I think it would be helpful for the select board to have a year to date. Is that possible to calculate, Kim, or no?
I can't, my program doesn't leave me line for year to date with an anticipation.
I see, okay.
It comes out in a program like this.
Oh,
Okay, so there isn't a line, but I can tell you what his.
Because I think I heard Bill say, Bill, what did you say about holding the hand with Wyndham Foundation way too much and that affected your costs?
I'm sorry, but the attorney for the Wyndham Foundation is very difficult to deal with. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why.
Would this have to do with
He-
sale?
I'll just talk facts. He wrote me an email that said that I had no authority to deal with this house down here and this septic system.
Oh, it's.
Yeah, but, well, yeah, I wrote him back and I says, apparently, you said you reviewed the regulations, apparently you didn't read them because it says right in the regulations, it's that type of thing that causes it, it's one thing after another. There were 4 things that he needed to do to get it approved, because he was separated the septic from the house. He did none of them except after I called him.
Okay,
So.
Bill, can you,
Yeah.
could you quantify for us how much that might have cost the town?
Probably $1,500 instead of something that should have been done for like 300 or 400.
Okay, and is that part of what's driving up your total estimate for fiscal year 27? Those kind of things?
Those kinds of things, because you never know how much you gotta hold the hand of the person who was applying.
So to answer your question, year to date as of September, only $270 was used. Because you must not have submitted anything yet.
Oh, okay, so add, with the review of all the maps and everything, to set the 2 reviews I have at home, just to bill for is about 600, so it'd be.
So there was 1,000 budget, 270 was used as of September, and then whatever, so we'll probably be at 1,000.
Yeah, it'd be right around.
I'm just wondering if it would be helpful, just to wrap my question up. I wonder if it would be helpful to postpone this discussion until the 15th and give Bill a chance to submit his bills year to date, and then have some real data to make this decision on, because
I
this
can
is
tell you what
a,
my bill is, gonna be right around $570.
570 added to 270, so that's more like
So the $1,000 is gonna be all right.
$1,000.
That's what you just said.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna be right on budget for trouble.
For a
Yeah,
year
but
to
you got the
date,
whole spring.
If
We
we
gotta-
don't, that's in the foundation.
but we're only in December.
Right.
Yeah,
He's gotta get around to June.
Mhm.
okay, I'm just looking at this from a percentage increase perspective. From 1,000 to 3,027. And that 200%, 200, almost 350%.
But it all depends on what work has to be done and the blood maps, it's not every year we have blood map.
It's very hard to determine what is gonna be the expense for the maps. You just don't know. He's giving you an estimate, and I don't think he can go any further than that.
I think it sounds helpful if, we could double check. Because there are other areas in this entire budget that, are expensive, and I think it bears, it's worth looking at every line item. It has nothing to do with Bill, and the work he does has to do with the cost. And, if we could get less cost by getting better maps from FEMA, then I think we should try to get better maps from FEMA. Didn't you say that, if they give us better maps?
I said that in June, I said that too in November. And I don't know what else to tell people.
It's a time,
Okay, well,
it's an unknown and it's a time factor that we don't know about.
I guess I.
I'd like to make one comment, however, which we have discussed in, from time to time. In this case of the home down here that the Wyndham Foundation was selling, am I right in understanding that? That was the one you're talking about, Bill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So,
it depends
like,
on how much you have to hold the
no,
map.
I 100% understand. I understand your story. But the question is, if somebody is selling a home and they need Bill's expertise, why is the town footing the bill and should not the buyer or seller of the home be footing the bill? You're the expert for sure, but it begs the question of, to me, I'll just put it out there, why it's on the town. It would seem if I'm selling my home and I need somebody's expertise, and you are the administrative officer of town, I understand that, but that bill would presumably be on me or on the buyer or the seller or whoever in that negotiation. Not that I'm not criticizing it whatsoever, but just going forward, is this something we can think about?
I don't think that's correct at all, Anna.
Okay, tell me.
Does she charge when somebody comes in and wants to discuss the tax bill? Does she charge an extra? Does she charge it when a person wants to come in and review some of the stuff for something special?
Okay, then you think it is a town job?
The only difference between them and me is I'm not full-time,
Okay,
okay, and have a service. Now, the service is really important because the administrative officer does not only talking about the floodplain management.
oh, but yeah, I'm not
He
talking about
does
that.
subdivision and the flood breaks and the subdivision.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of stuff that I don't think the town should charge people to come get in and come get advice. But that's just me.
Okay,
And it's a little bit like the services offered from the town, like snow plowing.
understood, fair
We
enough.
offer that and that's.
Like, we offer
we offer
some.
This for Bill.
Just questioning it, I just question if someone wants to subdivide their property and they use our administrative officer. And I did not know that this would be something the town provides necessarily, but if they do, I think that we need to focus on the budget.
You have to go to CRB, yeah.
What are other towns?
If the normal cost of this would be $300, at what point do we say we're providing too much service at too much cost to the town? For this particular transaction, but, you know, I think we've discussed this, I appreciate the opportunity to raise these questions, I'm glad John brought it up. But it sounds like what we've done is reconciled that $2,700 is the right budget amount for this.
I think so.
Yeah, that's right, okay.
So we're leaving it at 27?
Yeah.
Fine with me.
All right. On to town treasurer, 29,4. Town clerk, 34,7. Assistant treasurer clerk, 15. Lister, 16. Auditors, 1,000. Trustee of public funds, 3. Constable, 1,000. Collector delinquent taxes, 8,000. Health officer, 1,200. Forest fire living, 1,000. Total is 173,2.
I have a question, Kim.
Yeah.
On
Can I
assistant,
just ask, do you need me anymore?
No,
I think we're all set.
Okay.
Thank you, Beth.
Thanks,
Bill.
Thanks, Bill.
And the other thing, I just wanted to, if you read all three of those documents, because especially the emergency management director documents, don't know that it's gonna be different, but you should know what's in there, that's all. Yeah, thank you.
Yep. Assistant town clerk and treasurer, this is Michelle, right?
Yes.
And for 2026 is 15. And for 2027 it's gonna be 15. Is there any increase in bump of her salary at all?
I usually do 3% like I do with the rest of the, like you guys have done in the past.
So would this 15 be higher with the 3%? Or is
No,
that?
I mean, she came in at 14.5. I think she'll probably run, I can tell you where we're at right now, as of September. It was only 3,100, which is only 21%, and that was in September, so. That's not even, that was about a quarter of the way through, so she's running way on track.
Okay, and so she's gonna have more hours this year coming.
That's gonna be under administration. So
Okay,
we're gonna take whatever she does for Morgan, we're gonna take out of Morgan's administration. Town administrator,
okay,
and she'll just stay the Monday and whatever hours in my office will come out of the assistant.
okay.
Okay.
Thanks for clarifying that.
Madam Chair,
Yes,
I would just like to go on the record to acknowledge Kim, that she's not giving herself a raise. I know that is completely within her decision, right?
Yeah.
But I would prefer if she had given herself a 3% raise like everybody else received.
Almost
For the record, but I'm
Okay.
okay.
So moving on to benefits, 12,000 for FICA, 3,500 for Medicare. Health insurance, 57 cents.
I have a question on that.
Yeah, so.
Did you
Go ahead.
compare different insurances because they're all,
Blue Cross, there's only Blue Cross Blue Shield, MVP, and Blue Cross is actually higher than MVP.
so we're doing MVP?
We've been MVP for like 3 or 4 years, yeah. And the increase in this, typically we added Morgan as a single, but
Mhm.
Morgan is going to become a
Damn.
2-person. And then February becomes family, so the family jumps up extremely high, which should be a lot higher than the 57.6.
Mhm.
But I'm moving down to a single, and my husband's now getting onto Medicare. So by going on Medicare, you'll pay the 95% of his Medicare, and it's a total savings of $9,000 with him, me going down and him being booted off but reimbursed. So. Dental 1,000, retirement 9,200, workers' comp 1,700, unemployment 250. Then we jump down to child care contribution of 800 for a total of 8650. Ballot for compensation 900. Town reports 1,300. Other election expenses 325 for a total of 2,525. We have office supplies, we kept at 2,500, postage 2,000. Telephone 3. Copier 17. Computer programs 8. Travel 500. Dues 300. Conferences 300. Dog expenses 600. The extinguisher 500. The COT system on records that I paid for 2,100. The animal control officer, we're putting that, Morgan and I, at 2,300 is what it came in once we had the meetings with them on Zoom. Listers consultants 8,000.
Can I ask a question on that? Why it went
Yeah.
down? Why is that less than the current?
We had to, we ended up having to pay extra into I wanna say the mapping program.
Oh, the software?
Yes.
Was that the
Oh, that's
software?
right.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Okay, thank you for clarifying.
I believe that's it.
that's the question I was gonna ask on the
Yeah.
computer program, but it wasn't in that.
Hard to talk in a few words.
Yeah, T, yeah, okay.
Computer technology 11,500. Cell phones 1,000. Liability insurance 1,800. Public official insurance 2,500. Officer's bond is 100. Advertising 700. Other professional services is 1,000. Legal expenses, we bump that to 25,000.
No,
No, that's not it.
8,000,
3,000.
What's that?
but it is,
Legal expenses, Kate, you skipped down to professional.
Professional auditors, oh, I swapped the two. Yes. I'm like, why did my final figure Morgan match you right now? Usually just swap around, sorry. So professional auditors are 25, and that's due to the single audit we need to have. Security cameras 100. Other town grants 500 for a total of 83,700.
84.
84.
For. This is 300.
Did you print the most recent? Cause what one did I miss that you did, that you had different for? My printout says 84. Okay, and what did you have that was different? that
There
I
was
just
a
read?
conferences was 300 and. You might have missed one early. Travel,
Yeah, I see that, but.
Dodge,
We tried.
fire,
But your calculation at the bottom must be off, because all of those numbers are exactly what we have.
Okay.
My calculation.
Because I just checked it on here too, I didn't say.
Oh, it's the 300 from the goal one, so,
Oh, okay,
because we had 2,000,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Sanitation,
Yes.
nothing. Then we go to the recs and parks. We have a swimming pool at 1,400, town greens 400, village park 1,800. Wilson Park 400, Winnie Park 800. Then we go down to village park maintenance 500. And the structure we did not, was 5,300. And again, these are numbers that we're just kind of guessing at because everything depends on what our bid is, comes in at. And so
Where's the
whatever you
cemetery?
accept for a bid, we take a percentage and divide up the parts. So.
So do we have
that's the check.
cemetery, do we have cemetery in here anyway?
We haven't gotten to it yet,
so,
Oh, okay.
but we did out park and rec separate from cemetery, so it depends on what you accept for a bid. And then later, both Michelle and I take and we do a percentage of what the overall bid was and break it into the different parts.
You have two different bids, one for the parks and.
The one for the cemetery. Yeah,
And this is
that
the
con-
problem, I don't
is
know what
that
we're gonna do about it.
Contracted services?
Huh?
Is that contracted services?
It's on the next page, cemetery,
yeah, so on the same page, come down to cemeteries.
but we have nobody that bids on the cemetery. except
Oh, I
one
see.
person.
Oh,
All
I
they have
see.
to do is look at this and know what we have, that.
That's not a bid, that's.
Not usable.
so the supply cemetery, is that the maintenance?
1,200, yes. Because you guys decided that we need to start figuring out maintaining our stones. Because the trustee of public fund is gonna cover the 4,000 to begin with, and you said for fencing and for the stones, we need to start carrying someone with that.
We did. So that fund doesn't just
Mhm.
exhaust.
So.
And then the sexton is it's stipend of 1,500. And then the contract service is the 25,000, and that goes out to bid.
That's the loan.
That's the moment of
Okay,
the
that's,
cemetery,
okay,
right? Yeah.
that's what I was saying.
And again, that can fluctuate depending on what you accept for a bid or what comes in.
I don't know what we're gonna do with Style Cemetery. We've got pictures back from that, it's all grown up, it needs some care,
One way out on Townsend.
Yeah. yeah, it went from the window,
Window.
but there's trees growing all over, and all they do is go up and weed whack it every year.
Mr. Ledoux is in also, and he's got a camp up there, and he's been replacing the flag and the flag pole that's up there. And he does it himself, and he's kind of said it really needs some attention. He feels really bad for it. Little saplings are growing.
So the contractor services for the parks are broken out for each park.
For the park and rec, yes.
Yes, so,
We just,
But
we
not
take the
the same.
lump sum and then we just give it a percentage on the size of it, just to equal what they're gonna get on a monthly basis.
Okay, so. I guess my concern is that the actual from 2 years ago. Is,
That's because we had
That's-
a person.
We
bid
had
on
a
it.
person that did like 16 or 17,000 to do it, and he didn't do it the next year.
He did it for 1 year and then didn't do it anymore.
okay,
On the cemetery.
on the cemetery, on the
Exactly.
parks, it's the same, but we go down $100 for. Oh, we're back up to it. It concerns me that the bids are coming, well, they're coming right in on budget, obviously, but. Okay. I'm good with our,
For styles, do you wanna consider, I don't know if they need like the team mowing, but they need like the one time. Cleanup,
They cleaned it up too, it's at the
Brilliant,
cemetery.
major clean.
It needs a major tree cutting and clean up, in there. And I don't know if there's any stones that are down either, but
I've never been to it.
I haven't been up for a long time.
Haven't been.
But I
I
know
was there last year, I didn't notice any stones down, but I
Yeah.
wasn't counting, but I,
The historical society, went out and they were doing pictures, I don't think they found a lot of them down.
no, I don't think there's.
I think a lot of them are flat stones out there.
And a lot of the ground is moss, I
Yeah,
mean, there's not a lot of one, because you can lawnmower, but there are little things that
right,
keep wanting to grow up through,
So
so
it's
you have to
fine.
brush one eventually.
kind of cleaning out the brush and.
And the fence looks
I
terrible.
don't know if you wanna put that in the contracted service, when you put it out to bid or not.
I
Sure.
think we should include it as a one-time cleanup and see what they come back as, on bid, and if we can keep them in the budget, if they're looking at the budget, where they stay.
But
We add it in there and see if they can stay on point.
Would you please say again the name of the cemetery that needs the one-time cleanup? I didn't.
Stylus Brook.
Mm.
And would you please refresh our memory? Why the cost is going up to 25,000? I know you mentioned that it's gonna be the contracted price, whatever we get for a bid, but it looks like it's going up from 16,000 to 25,000.
Because
Actually 29,000 in the year before.
we budgeted 14, and that was, the budget. Okay, and then we didn't get anybody come in. So we had to take the 25 that was
Got it,
given.
got it. Thank
The
you.
next year, we approached again for 16 for a budget. And we're back to 25 for the year we're in right now.
I'm with you. Thank you.
you need a cemetery agent, you need a cemetery agent. We need.
Yeah, we had talked about also increasing the price of plots.
Yeah.
Right?
We never came back to that.
No, no, we didn't. So
They are,
revisit.
they are really inexpensive compared to, other towns and cities. So we don't wanna put that on our agenda, Kathy, if you
Mm.
fund some of them.
Okay, are we ready, or do you want to ask me?
No, I think you've heard that.
So keeping it at 25,
We're keeping it at 25, or do you want to bring it down?
22.
I mean, I think realistically, you keep it at 25 and then try to put styles, stroke cleanup in for the bid.
in with it,
It is, it is a little isolated, it's a drive to get out there.
Maybe, when they do your bidding contract there. Put that in there, maybe and do more mowings,
Yeah,
change the whole contract. Or keep the same price.
yeah.
yeah,
Well, I think we spoke about the cemetery bids, adding more things to it. Items.
We're leaving it at 25.
Well, what you can do, unless you know people to bid on it.
Maybe advertise.
We do a lot of this.
It was going to. Oh, that's right.
A grant?
Oh, Carl.
Yeah.
Do you want, what do we wanna do?
I think we should keep it at 25, put it at 25.
Okay.
Oh, they're probably called in brush fire.
So moving on, we have other town expenses, so VLCT was at 2,200. County tax 16,000. Public library asked for 12,000.
You missed streetlights.
15.
Streetlights 1,500,
Gotcha.
and planning commission. I have it at 500, Morgan has a question about that.
No, 25.
Yeah. It's only valid because they have approached and requested 12.
Earlier.
Was there rationale for 2,500?
The town plan is actually
Town plan.
coming up in 2028, so there's gonna be more input from Wyndham. County and there are some grants, but they just think the overall cost for the coming year with town plan updates will be higher.
You don't have to pay anything for Wyndham Regional, do you?
Yeah, you do,
Mhm.
they actually charge as a consultant.
Even though we give them money.
Yeah, it's not a, it's an additional service. It's a fairly reasonable rate, but there's additional cost.
Hmm.
Do we wanna put down their request?
And either, I don't know, or possible credit, I don't think they used any of their budget in the prior year.
Yeah, they have in the last couple of years.
Right?
The last how many?
2 years, we had budgeted 2,500, they used nothing. We budgeted 500 this past year, and that we're now, and I don't think they used anything still.
Right, but there is a contract with the Wyndham Regional Commission. So I think we are trying to use some grant money,
Yeah.
as well. But potential for additional costs.
I have no problem with your request for 2,500.
Anybody it is. ERB. You usually budget anything. Wyndham Regional Commission 1,700. Emergency management 1,500. Hydrant snow removal we skipped. Reappraisal we skipped. Mutual aid. I put it at 20,000. We had discussed 18. I got the bill from Robbie 2 weeks ago. It's actually 19,000 this year. But you know, next year is gonna be even more, so I bumped it to 20,000.
Mhm.
And Athens does pay their own mutual aid.
They're what?
They pay their own mutual aid. Athens does.
Mm.
I did check. The sheriff, we had talked previously about 13,100. Morgan has since talked to them, and their contract's coming in at 12,600.
Great.
Well,
Good. Cornet being 300. Tax maps 1,900. Then we come down to town hall supplies, 900. Insurance, 3,000. Heat, 1,000. Electricity, 3,300. Cameras,
Weird.
We duplicated that line and then it's the sheet, so.
what's that?
The seat really 1,000, it was 2,000 previously. Budget. Yeah.
We had budgeted 2,000, didn't use any of it, because we had a credit running from James to James for the last almost 3 years,
Oh, okay.
since we got the heat pumps. We just ran out of our credit. So this is gonna be a trial. They just filled up, we've used about 300 we filled up so far this year. But our heat pump is down right now, so, it's gonna be interesting what we're gonna be at, because now we are using the somewhat else.
I thought that was in for repairs. It's still in for repair.
We're
That-
waiting for the parts to come in and, get the approval for warranty work on it. We're waiting for Pepper and he's like,
Just a quick question on cameras, security cameras are back on page 3. Is that why they're off of?
that's
here?
why they're.
Okay, what's a zero here?
Yeah.
So the $100 went.
Yeah.
I got you.
I have a question, please.
Yes, go ahead.
Say again why we're gonna go up from 500 to 2,500 for the planning commission, please, Bud. Do we have a quote from regional, Wyndham Regional that takes us to that amount?
Hmm.
It's part of it, and then, but we do think that there's gonna be some, consulting as we gear up for the 2028 town clerk.
Again, I wanna be consistent. Again, that's a very large percentage increase. I know there might be a need there. But it's gonna drive the total up, and we're already at a total of about, the last calculation I did was an 8% increase of the taxes, but some things have gone down in the meantime. I
Yeah,
just think we have to be very cognizant of. What do you advise, Kim? I mean, you're the expert at this. Do you advise putting more money in the budget and then coming in under, or, I mean, we're gonna pay taxes on something.
I'm not an expert at it, a lot of these things, like Buzz said, every eight years is the town plan, so there's going to be a hike and then a drop.
Right.
Same thing with the flood maps with Bill. We don't know, we haven't done flood maps, I don't think, since I've been here. So you've got a hike one year and then we're gonna be good for probably another 15 years.
So there's just a cyclical kind of bump for various line items, and this
And
is why.
that's why there's such an increase, and so you can't say, well, that's such a percentage of an increase, well.
Okay, yeah,
But you'll find once we finish going through, we're only probably, Morgan and I looked at a 2.9% overall for increase on both highway and general together.
wow,
Wow.
Because there's some more savings. When we go
There's
further.
more savings as we go along.
Yeah, as we go along.
okay, that's way down, so that's great.
So repairs and maintenance of the town hall, we have it in 6. And that's because we're gonna think about that sidewalk, I guess, out there, and, we had it bumped up because we got more things coming up, what was it?
Oh,
There was some.
is it
we
the
had,
fires?
No, that's in capital budget.
Because the sidewalk we fixed.
Oh, painting?
there is something that's coming up that we needed to bump it a little bit
Highway
higher.
department did the sidewalks, did a great job.
Yeah, I did.
For highway?
Remember last summer, the sidewalk up from the town
Oh,
hall, we
yes.
saved a bunch of money, but I didn't do it.
There's town.
Yeah, that's what I meant, town did it, as opposed to a contractor, and it was great solution.
I don't know if we put it there because our actual is 5,900.
Of what we spent the year before.
Yeah, I wish I could remember.
Town hall restoration skip, the handicap skip, snow removal skip. Janitor, 2008, that's up to you whether or not, we should increase or keep them the same, he hasn't asked for anything different, so we increased them last year. Then we come down to the debt service. The first payment on principal, that's for the town garage interest expense. So we're at 53,334 for the principal, 5,600 we dropped down on interest and expense. On the Walker Bridge. We have the interest of 68,230, the whole total is 68,213. I am going to break this out in the future so that Walker Bridge is gonna show the interest and the principal, just like the town garage has. But I've not done that yet. I just learned in the conference we went to that I need to break those two out too, so you can always follow the interest going down.
Great.
Usually the principal on that is gonna be $45,000, and anything after that is gonna be interest. And the town garage is always $53,334 every single year. I just have not gotten a chance to break that out yet. Ambulance service stayed the same at 9. Fire department 29,950, their request. Fire truck, they requested 18,500. Rescue squad requested 50/50. Humanitarians, I have 12,231, we haven't gotten any extra requests, but, if we get some petition before. What was it, January 15th, that will probably change. So then on the highway. Regular hours, I brought that down to 245,137. From the 250. And that 245,137 includes a 3% increase. Beginning in July. Along with whatever else might happen to come up, so there is wiggle room in there. The overtime. I have it at 20,000.
We've already used up overtime.
Just wondering what it was,
We've got $1,400 left right now.
that's
So,
the last
You know,
year.
once 2 o'clock comes, that's it, no more touching the roads. But yeah, so,
I don't think the 20's gonna cover it. The problem is, what's happening is overtime seems to happen on all the holidays.
Yeah, it was.
So you get up to double time and a half, and it adds up real quick.
Yeah,
it's just one of those things you just don't know, but then you hate to go too high too for the taxpayers. It's okay to have a deficit of some sort, as long as we have a cushion at the end.
Yeah.
But you don't wanna go too high and tax them on something that
that we,
assuming is gonna happen.
right,
For what it's worth, our actual ending June was 24,000.
Right,
wow.
It's a reasonable price.
we had a terrible mud season last year.
Right, too, it was supposed to decrease it,
I guess we had talked about like that alternating,
Right.
or, you know, or going home. If they could, but then there's pushback, so.
That's something Travis will have to do.
Um,
No, I'm serious,
Yeah. when it's in real time.
rotating that.
Does this include the new person? Does this include the two?
Yeah. The 245, 137 does.
Okay.
And everything's going according to what, I'm using for salaries now. So we're leaving 20,000 for overtime,
I would.
Yeah, I agree, I think so.
okay. Temporary flaggers, 500. We come down to social security, 16,000. Medi, 4,000.
Okay.
Health insurance. Down to 68,353.
Mhm.
That's unusual.
David's going from a family to 2-person, which is huge.
Right,
And then Travis has declined, he's taking out insurance,
Okay.
which I had originally budgeted in for a family, because I was budget high, because he's coming in.
Right.
Dental 2,500. Retirement 20,250. Workers' comp 16. Unemployment 400. Uniforms, that's up to 13,700.
what,
We used to have 4. And only 3 took uniforms, because we never took any uniforms.
Oh.
Now we've got 4 and 4 are using,
that
so
should,
we've added Travis in that.
sort of thing.
Child care contribution. Is 1,200. This is the fuel, and the fuel, we're not going. Vehicle by vehicle anymore, we're just going with a total at the end. And we had talked about 40,000 when we met last. John's proposing actually we go down to 35.
I looked at what we've spent so far for this year, and we're at 12,000 at 5 months. So it's gonna come in somewhere around 28 to 3, and the price of fuel is not gonna go up. It's gonna go down, if anything, in the next 2 years. So I think 35 is gonna cover it,
Do you agree?
and it's probably gonna be a little less than that.
Thanks for doing that, John.
So 35 it is? Okay.
Great, sounds good.
So repairs and maintenance, truck one, 2,500, truck two, 4,000. Truck three, 1,700. Truck four, again, John proposes 1,500, because he feels it's gonna be a brand new truck.
That's gonna be a brand new truck, so you shouldn't have the 30,
Yes, we
Five
put
hundred
in 25, really.
Okay. The 2020 loader, 2,500, the grader, 3,500. Plows and sanders, 14,000. The backhoe, 3,000. Chipper, 200. The mower blower, 2,200. Hydrant repairs, 1,000.
And
Stop on
but
that.
if you put that in the capital budget, don't you think you can pay that all?
So we talked about that last time, but then again. We still have 24,000 in a money market account. That I could do small repairs and the capital should be like a replacement, a large project replacement, I was thinking.
But Hardy would recommend also that we transfer that you have in the money market to the capital budget. So you know how much you have towards items.
Well, that's just a matter of putting numbers, but
Right,
because everything sits in our general anyways, the only one that sits by itself because it's making a little bit more money.
yeah, well, I'm not.
$2 and something a month.
I'm not recommending you take it out of there, but as far as the figures, put the figures in the capital budget, then we go. With the 15 that we're gonna put from the capital budget, to add to it.
So you don't wanna keep any of that for small maintenance, is
That
what you're
if you
saying,
have
because
any-
I,
If you're having a small maintenance, pay it out of the capital budget.
we can't. Because remember the beaver trailer, we could not do any fixing and take from the capital because that's only to buy a big item. And so I'm thinking to replace the hydrant, that's a big capital expense. To do a repair is not.
It's fine with me, I just, I already went both ways on that, I own the trailer, he didn't wanna do it, and then when I mentioned it on this. He wanted to transfer that money into the capital, so.
Well, he actually was on board with doing the payments for the repair of the trailer through the capital, and I was, and then our professional auditor said no. And I had to reverse it out, and they're saying any kind of a maintenance is not considered a capital.
right,
So that's why we thought we'd support the 1,000 and I keep the 2,400.
That was what we saw.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, I'd
yeah.
like the people to know how much money we have in the hydrant.
Yeah, it was good.
Which you would see on the balance sheet, because it's separated on the balance sheet itself.
Right.
Mhm. So that's kind of why we just put a line item in there, but I mean, we can keep it at 0 like we have in the past years, you guys had talked
but
about.
if we have maintenance, we can't pay it out of the capital budget according to
You
the auditor.
can't, no, but you could take it out of this line item and
Yeah,
if
just
just go
move it.
negative,
Right,
it's up to you whether you want to budget the 1,000 or not.
I think it's good to have it in the budget.
I would like to see something there, even if it's a 500, that to replace, something on it.
Yeah, I think 1,000 makes sense from the conversation we had with the hospital.
And then we have the trailer, the Eager Beaver trailer at 500. The excavator 2,000. Small equipment repairs at 1,000. And tree removal contractors, 3,000. Retreatment, 120,000. Bridge maintenance, we didn't do street sweeping, 3,000. Nothing for beaver maintenance, nothing for small rental equipment. We did generator contract 600. Then we come down to culverts and bed walls at 15,000. Cold patch 1,500.
I just ask a quick question.
Oh, I see, okay. Go
I
ahead.
just have a question backing up a little bit. Retreatment contractors,
That's paving.
but road repair material, that's our,
That's different, that's like rip wrap.
so. This year. We did a lot of paving, were we at 120 about?
We spent that and then some, so we
That's what I
had
thought.
some in the reserve, we
Okay,
had 120 already that we had said we're gonna budget,
correct,
then we got the grant.
okay,
So we threw all three together and we're still overspent by 14,000.
Yeah.
I think it was the year we're in now,
Right.
so now we're gonna start all over again and hopefully save for a couple of years.
right, right. Even though there's some projects, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Let's see, coal patch, we did 1,500, guardrails, nothing. Gravel, 50,000. Road repair material, we went to 12. Salt is 70,000. Sand, 45,000. Chloride, we went up to about 7,000. Road signs, we had said 3,000, John's proposing
Well, I'd look at it again, I'd propose 1,000, I don't know any
1,000,
plans.
probably 1,500.
Yeah, I did it this morning there, but now I'm thinking that I don't have any plans of any new road signs or anything.
These like new road signs.
It'd be like school
Well,
bus
one gets like-
turn around or whatever, yeah.
Like speed limit, stop sign.
Stop signs, and,
I
yeah.
think we're done
I think we spent a lot at one time because they were changing the size and the requirements, the regulations on the sign, so we spent a lot on them. With the
Did
breakaway.
we spend
laws and
anything
all.
this year? We put a new speed limit out on Thousand Road, or was that last year?
That would be that, no, that was in the last few years, over the last 2 years, we spent a lot on road signs.
I don't think we've spent
for
anything
speed.
out of our current. budget.
Right, that's right,
Right.
I thought that was, yeah, the year ago,
No. Yes, and that was under that.
so,
1,000, you think?
That was,
Gina?
I think that's, I
1,000.
agree.
Got down 1,000.
Yeah.
Then Beaver supplies 1,500. Miscellaneous other supplies 1,500.
We go back to beaver supplies, because I know there's been 2 or 3 beaver deceivers that have been damaged, and
There's-
should we increase that a little bit?
this is the town doing it,
Hmm.
there's supplies that they buy to do it.
Well, we also made that motion that, yeah. This is a couple years ago. Up to 5,000 for repairing.
But that was some of his service too.
Yeah.
Was built into that. We billed his time to. I know at a very low rate, but so leaving at 15 or
I'd like to bump it up a little bit, but. And I think that's one thing, Travis. The highway with some supervision from Skip. He's the expert with the flow of things. I know I'm getting the terminology wrong. To have those, especially when we have high water and stuff, to make sure that the beavers aren't damming up stuff and you have to clean out. But,
the bigger deceivers.
yeah, but maybe, I think at some point, meeting with Skip just to give you a handle on that. You probably already know how to clean them out, I don't know.
We generally do what we can reach.
Yeah.
If it's out in the small.
Right,
Really, we just get-
right.
So what are we gonna do, 15 or,
1,500.
okay,
So with, in this year, have we spent anything?
I don't believe.
Well,
But
I know,
I think there's stuff
I
that
know
hasn't
for a
been-
fact that Skip has done work this year. He hasn't billed it because he feels. I mean, he's compassionate enough to have those things fixed, and it's always kinda in-kind kind of stuff that he does. I'm just saying, let's not forget that they're there and they need to be preserved. For the beaver, so, and I know a lot of people just don't want the beavers. But, it's just something to think about and to appreciate.
Thank you for that, Kathy.
For sure.
We did budget 2,000 and haven't spent anything that this year.
Right,
So we have 1,500 that we normally
Okay.
have that as.
Miscellaneous highway supplies, 1,500. Then we come down to tools and inventory, 5,000. The radio up to 800. The telephone, 2,300.
Are these because we're adding a phone or adding the increases are just a service cost?
The service cost, 794 is what we spent,
Okay,
so we,
I get it, thank you. I get it. I remember.
so then we get insurance, 4,500. Heat, 8,400. Electricity, 22. Repairs and maintenance, 4. Cell phone, 1,200.
That's a big change.
That was adding.
You were adding another.
Adding.
For the assistant foreman as well.
So foreman and assistant foreman, and that's 2 phones. Thank you.
No,
We're
ours is
in the general.
in the general.
So 2 phones would be for the 2 of them, and 2 phones for us.
Okay, that makes sense.
Security cameras, there are 100. Pagers, 750. The fire alarm system, 700. We don't do anything with the storm repairs, that's all ongoing stuff. Training, 250. Advertising, 500. Liability, 3,500. Equipment insurance, 5,000. Safety equipment, 1,000. Commercial license, 400. General road permit, 1,500. And that's it, and Morgan, you must have a total on those with changes, because mine does not have the updated total.
Yeah, so the updated total, both general fund and highway department combined. Comes to 1,524,973.
Say that again.
Yep. Well, I'll do individual numbers. 1,524,973.
And would you mind stating the separate ones?
Sure. The highway department. Total comes to 588. I'm sorry. 855,
It's just like, wow.
840. So 855,840. And town government total is 669,000. 669,133.
It
And
to
that's
jump in a little bit, and don't know if the appropriate time about this 250th.
yeah, is that $1,000?
Well, there's no official request. We were looking for, I think they're looking for guidance in terms of
Yeah, I saw that.
historically what has happened, and we're pursuing grants, which are either gone, long gone, or few and far between. I know that big sponsors are being approached, which is not what we're talking about here. We did ask, Wendy, in particular, just quickly before the meeting, I didn't know if she'd be here. We asked that the town typically does something for Memorial Day. So wondering about the celebration on it's the 27th of June, I think I have the right date. So do you know historically, has this happened in the past?
Well, the last one, I mean, I know I wasn't afraid, but I don't know where the money came from, and I know they had bands, I know the foundation did a lot.
Oh,
They
like
had the
that,
Marine
yeah.
band there, but.
We used to have one, I don't remember where the money came from.
Right. So I guess the consideration is, would the town consider making a like a stipend type of a
Mhm.
contribution to the 250 celebration. It's actually both the US celebration and Vermont celebration, because,
But that's in the fiscal year we're in right now,
well,
because if you're holding it June 27th, that's before the end of our.
that is in
In the
the fiscal year right now, and we talked informally about where we might find some money for that. It also, some of it will be in after July 1st. I think there's a portion of it that would be afterwards. I don't know if it ladders to the committee, whether their money comes before July 30th or not. Anyone? No, I don't know if you guys are.
I'm not on the committee.
I don't know. I mean, I suspect it doesn't matter, but I am speaking out of turn. I'm assuming there's sort of this idea that it's a summer, sort of through the summer. And then, so whether our fiscal year closes on June 30th, I don't know if it's material to that. Do you know?
Actually, and I know there's been some meetings starting to happen.
Oh, there's lots of meetings and there's lots of planning and it's getting more official. So I would like to think that we could, if there is some area from this year's budget where we could give a stipend amount. I don't know what's reasonable. Is $1,000 reasonable? Is 500, with that, I guess I would start at
You know
$1,000.
what they have for expenses?
They're still planning their.
They're still in the planning mode.
So they don't really yet, they're starting.
Can't plan it.
And I know most of this from. my
Your sister was pretty involved.
She's been attending. So, I mean, I would think as a town, we do try to support. Again, it's hard to say without knowing the number, but.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a reasonable question.
It's supposed to be a statewide celebration by all towns.
Whether it's for banners on the flagpole, I mean, on the light poles or, that kind of money, that kind of spending, whether it would go towards, I don't know,
Well,
extra.
if they had a parade, they
parole.
want bands and usually they charge. Bands charge.
Oh.
but-
I don't know, boy. I mean, if it's something that we can find in this year's.
I mean, the only thing right now is other expense slash grants towns, that's not the only line item unless I create one, and it has a budget of 500 in it, and we've not spent anything as of September in that.
Okay.
So like you said, it just would go over if you just.
Or you do 500 from this year and 500 from next year.
Yeah,
Exactly, you could do that, or you could, or it depends on how much you wanted to do, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I know they're reenactments, but I know those are volunteers that do those kinds of things they're talking about, and. I think maybe it would be more like, police and traffic control and those kinds of things that need funding, but again, they're getting donations, so. It's hard to tell, I guess if we can sort of manage it in that line item. Then that sounds
I don't see
okay.
why we can't, if you had 500 in it before, put 500 again.
Yeah, is it, yeah.
That's what we just said.
So it's in it, so do you wanna do more like 1,000 for next year, so 500 for the town if we need it, and then 500 to give away?
That'd
So
be
you
think
would
that
want to
makes
change
sense.
that line
I
item to 1,000.
I think that's reasonable. I mean, it's important for the town, it's important for the.
Just wanna confirm it's the other expenses,
Say where that is.
under operating expenses,
The last one,
the very last one, just after security cameras.
Page you on. Thank you. I found it.
On page 3.
Yeah, I found it halfway down page 3. So it turns that into a 15th one.
so that don't bump it.
The next meeting is not until January, so. And I hope. I have agreed to be sort of the liaison between the select board and the committee.
So you can kind of say 500 pending, some kind of budget. I mean, we're at-
We were putting in 1,000 with the 500.
Oh,
already.
for sure.
Okay, that's cool.
make an order at 500 would be after the end of June.
Yeah,
We find out what that's about.
okay, any other questions on our budget, comments? Suzanne?
So I just want to confirm my understanding that the current highway budget is $855,840.
Yeah.
And on November 17th, it was 917. So what you've done in the past month or so is bring that budget down by about $60,000. And you hired a new person, a new road foreman for us to benefit from. And the cost is actually less than the budget from last year, which was $862.
Yes, sounds right.
That is correct.
Mhm.
Wow. I mean,
You
that means that with the cost of the town and the cost of the highway department, the increase in the budget is about 3%.
About 3.9877.
Which is right in line with inflation.
Yeah.
And most of our employees are getting 3% raises.
yeah,
Mhm.
So I don't know, from big picture, it seems like it makes a lot of sense. 1.524973 is the total. Well, that would go up by $500, I guess.
Yeah, so it's 1.525.
So 1.525447, I don't know.
73,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay. Yeah. I mean. I thought we were on a path to over $900,000 highway budget, and we're not. And I just want to correct on that, Travis, I'm not.
It's all Travis. Unbelievable.
Suzanne, we had a conversation about this highway budget a couple of days ago. And we were working with $1 million as the highway one, it's less than that, but. And we have roughly 50 miles of road to maintain. If you divide that into $1 million, that comes out to $20,000 a mile. Which that time we thought was a lot of money, and then if you look at it and break it down, it's not a lot of money. $20,000. And you know, you throw in the paving of $300,000-400,000 and stuff, it's just.
Or even buying gravel, I mean.
And gravel,
don't-
it's in the past, we never had to pay by gravel, we had our own crushed it.
Yes,
And then when we went to buy it, it's considerably more. So, and then since the last time we had a budget meeting, we have worked on reducing this.
yeah,
Cool, too.
but big picture,
Yeah,
the
it's coming
cost
down.
savings are coming in, if I'm correct. First of all, we're keeping the labor costs pretty much flat, but including a 3% raise. Okay, and then we're lowering our healthcare quite a bit by
About a lot, well, that's a lot of the draw, I
Plan.
mean, you know, it's just-
So that equals about $20,000. Where would you say in summary is
fuel.
the other $40,000 coming from, big picture, so that we will go out of here and say.
We saving.
Well,
Fuel.
health insurance for
Yeah.
the.
The health insurance was a big deal, 75 to 58.
Also,
original
Suzanne, the
estimate
fuel.
was 75.
The fuels that.
Fuel went from 50 something
The
to
top
35.
combination of these in the little. Yeah,
Plus
okay.
salary for the new foreman is less than we were paying.
Yeah. Well,
Well, and the fuel alone went from, yeah.
oh, then the $5,000 for the fuel, that was a big improvement.
There was a 52,000 decrease in health insurance on the highway alone.
Yes.
So that's the big,
That's the biggest thing
Yes.
that was driving it.
And then, yeah, the fuel.
Okay, well, I have to say, the way it stands right now, I for one am gonna be supportive of this budget, and I thank you all very much for all the work that you've done to put it together and keep our town expenses at a reasonable increase. That's very, very meaningful.
Yeah, the sand went down from, what, 70,000 to 45,000.
Yeah,
cause we didn't buy as much.
Any other questions or comments? If not. I already did the fund request. Approve and review an amended MERP grant agreement.
Do you need Travis and I down here?
Um,
I left her.
unless you wanna skip to employee evaluations and review discussion.
I can be really quick on this. I sent
Okay,
the document out to the board earlier this week. This is the amended grant agreement for the energy efficiency on the town hall building. The
Mhm.
main changes came from when they were here to do the energy audit,
Mhm.
so some air sealing. Sealing around windows and doors. That's majority of what the amendment is. Hope you all had a chance to look at it. Do you have any questions on it?
no, my concern when I read the big, 3 or 4 pages of it was. Need to spend that money and get the contracts in order.
Yeah.
Before March 31st?
Yep, and I did have a conversation with Rhythm Regional. We have a draft request for bids to be sent out. I'm hoping to have it ready for Monday's meeting.
Okay.
So I feel pretty confident we'll be well underway to have a contract in place far before.
Yeah, 'cause we don't wanna lose that money.
So you need a motion,
To approve the amended agreement.
so moved.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Bye.
Alright.
Any opposed?
Kathy, I'll just need you to sign on the.
Employee evaluations and review discussion. The last one we had was this year, June 16th. And in our policy, we do them every year. And since we have the new foreman, and he'll have a 3 months review or no, it's a 3 months and then a 6 months. After that 6 months, we would have an evaluation. It's unfair to have you review right now, everybody.
Yeah, probably.
We have it each year, usually in the fall, and before Kobe left, we had them in June 16th. I guess he left in August. At any time, if the board feels they need a review, we can call that, and usually it's the personnel committee. I want to thank David, while he was interim foreman, we had communication just about every week, if not a couple or 3 phone calls a week. And he communicated with, Morgan, and also with Kim. So thank you for that, David. But when it comes time to do reviews, I think, Dave, you can put your input in with what you saw during the months that you were supervising the crew.
Makes sense.
And you can review, in our policy, it's all written out what the evaluations are all about. And if you have a concern about that, just let me know or one of the board members. Steve and I are on the personnel committee, and oftentimes we'll come over and just informally come over and say, hi, how you doing? Any of us can do that. Or you can say, hey, can I meet with you? And that's fine. But if you have any questions about the evaluations, let us know. And once the evaluations are done, like you will supervise your crew. And then, the board supervises, Morgan is the administrator. and the board will review you, so it all, it all comes together. But we have, we hope that each review, you guys kind of set some goals for yourself and then we kind of sit down and talk, so. But thank you. Thank you, Dave, again.
Thank you.
Well, I left for a minute to go deal with their brush pile because someone called in, they thought it was a brush fire or whatever. So I just want to put some snow on it to calm it down. It's pretty much burned out.
Oh, it's at the highway department?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's pretty much gone. There's some big stuff that's still burning. Down in our lower pit. And the wind picked up and I think that's why the people got nervous. I did a little bit because there's bamboo on the bank, so I just put some snow on it. Our fire chief was there.
Oh.
So we're a little off on our timing, but we'll review it in June.
Actually, we're not off. If we do it June to June,
Right,
or,
yeah. I
maybe
think it's
after
in
a
the
couple of
fall.
months, yeah.
Yeah, something, but June,
Um,
so it doesn't,
It says the fall at the discretion of the board. I think we were doing it in June in preparation for fiscal year budget changes. If
I
anything
see.
were to be, needed to be changed, it would be well in advance.
Right.
Right, well, because raises go out the 1st of July.
Yeah.
And before August 1st, is what our policy says.
It makes sense.
And that's what we did this year.
Yeah.
Was to bump.
Yeah, they can already get turned off after that, so Travis had the review, so you can just look at it. Get from you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and if you wanna change those, if you think of another evaluation form, that was done, 3 or 4 years ago, when Seth was on the board. It was just like what I call it, kind of the quick, dirty kind of check, and then write your responses. But if you wanna change it, if we have other ones that you want us to look at, or the personnel committee to look at, or sit down with us, that's fine. Yeah, great.
Okay.
Do you guys have any questions? Is that?
Thank you.
Thank you.
How's the first week, Travis? Super
Yeah,
good?
tell us.
Without the storm.
Oh,
It's very helpful, but I was here, at least knew the roads and the, what to do.
yeah.
Yeah, a storm 2 days in. Yeah.
Bring it right in.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
Have a good night.
Yeah. Any other business? Public comment.
I just want to say thank you for your patience in allowing me to have the level of discussion that my longer self must be to have with you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Sue. You keep us on our toes. Next special select board meeting is Monday, December 15th, 2025 at 5. And capital budget public hearing is Monday, December 15th. At 5:45.
Do we need that much time? 5 to 5:45?
That's
Well,
what we've warned it as, so.
that's what we had warned it. We're gonna go through the revenue. It's not gonna take that long. Revenue's a page and a half, 2 pages. Most of it's gonna be explained.
Well, if you want it, we can't change it.
Right. So, are we still within our time limit though?
This is
Well-
Thursday.
You can't change the public hearing, but we can change the 5 o'clock that we meet. Because you haven't actually posted the agenda.
I did though, I did it.
Well, you could still revise it though.
I
Amend
could. So
Amend it?
it's just more work, but I could do that.
What do you,
I'd have to do it tonight.
what do you wanna do for a time?
Like 5:30? Enough time?
I mean, it depends on how much you guys want for me to go through it and explain it to you. Maybe
Well, your opinion is that it'd be short.
it'll be short, because you guys don't have a whole lot of, I hate to say it, there's not a lot of input you guys are gonna have on the revenue. It is what it is.
Exactly.
And most of it's all historical and experience, knowing what we're gonna get in. It's not like you guys can chime much into it. And then I'll just explain how we come up with what the taxpayers have to actually pay for. Once the revenue's taken on,
Mhm.
that's all, so. It's up to you guys, and otherwise, I'll be here for a few minutes after.
Okay.
Hey,
It's not that long.
we can just sit and have cookies and coffee.
You furnished it, we could bring it back.
I made 2 batches of those Italian.
Just leave it at 5.
Just leave it.
Yeah,
It's too much.
Oh, I appreciate, sorry.
You're welcome.
Just for you. Thanks.
Next regular select board meeting is Monday, the 15th at 6 P.M. Sorry.
Who's running the meeting for the 16th?
The Wyndham Regional Commission.
Oh.
We don't have nothing to do with it, or?
I mean, I'll probably, just because I was the one that reached out, I'll come and introduce them.
It's the actual meeting.
Yeah, yeah.
Who's running?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
So I'll be here from 6 to 6:05, and then I'm going across the street.
Where's the party?
And fire and rescue, and rescue.
To be fair, we had our meeting set.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Wasn't on the-
That was not on us.
That's on the 16th. though.
Yes, Tuesday.
What time is it?
6.
6. Ooh,
I'll introduce
so I need a motion for adjournment if we're all done. All in favor?
it.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. That was actually pretty great. That was good meeting.
I felt like it went well.
Yeah, and the savings.